You may be familiar with the story of Patton's weather prayer in December of 1944. But did you know there's more to the story? General Patton called in his chaplain, Chaplain James O'Neill, and asked him, "Chaplain, how much praying is being done in the Third Army?"
Chaplain O'Neill says, "Sir, do you mean chaplains or everyone?" And he says, "Yeah, chaplains, everyone, and everyone." And he says, "Sir, I think, men pray in battle when the bullets are flying, but oftentimes when they're sitting around in the rain and cold and sleet, it doesn't happen as much." And so General Patton said, we need to get after this. If we're going to win this war, we need good weather. We not just need good weather, but we need to be praying. Because General Patton, as Chaplain O'Neill relayed, was concerned about every aspect of soldier care in the Third Army. From dry socks to the morphine and medical supplies, he cared about the lowest private in his army. And so he thought, he said that men get things by three ways: by planning, by working, and by praying. And he tasked his chaplain to get after the praying part. Now, Chaplain O'Neill reported that he sent out training circulars to his 486 chaplains across the Third Army. And that was the way he kept in contact with them and gave them instructions. And so training circular number 5 dealt with the issue of prayer and motivation to pray. And General Patton decided it wouldn't just go to the 486 chaplains of the Third Army. It needed to go to every commander down to the regimental level so that they understood and they could get about the business of prayer along with their planning and working. And that training circular read like this:
Chaplains of the Third Army. At this stage of the operations, I would call upon the chaplains and the men of the 3rd United States Army to focus their attention on the importance of prayer. Our glorious march from the Normandy beach across France to where we stand, before and beyond the Siegfried Line, with the wreckage of the German army behind us, should convince the most skeptical soldier that God has ridden with our banner. Pestilence and famine have not touched us. We have continued in unity of purpose. We have had no quitters, and our leadership has been masterful. The Third Army has no roster of retreats, none of defeats. We have no memory of a lost battle to hand to our children from this great campaign. But we are not stopping at the Siegfried Line. Tough days may be ahead of us before we eat our rations in the chancellery of the Deutsche Reich. As chaplains, it is our business to pray. We preach its importance. We urge its practice. But the time is now to intensify our faith in prayer, not alone with ourselves, but with every believing man, Protestant, Catholic, Jew, or Christian in the ranks of the 3rd United States Army. Those who pray do more for the world than those who fight. And if the world goes from bad to worse, it is because there are more battles than prayers. Hands lifted up, said Bosse. Smash more battalions than hands that strike. Gideon of the Bible fame was least in his father's house. He came from Israel's smallest tribe, but he was a mighty man of valor. His strength lay not in his military might, but in his recognition of God's proper claims upon his life. He reduced his army from 32,000 to 300 men, lest the people of Israel would think that their valor had saved them. We have no intention to reduce our vast striking force, but we must urge, instruct, and indoctrinate every fighting man to pray as well as fight. In Gideon's day and in our own, spiritually alert minorities carry the burdens and bring the victories. Urge all of your men to pray, not alone in church, but everywhere. Pray when driving, pray when fighting, pray alone, pray with others, pray by night and pray by day. Pray for the cessation of immoderate rains, for good weather for battle. Pray for the defeat of our wicked enemy whose banner is injustice and whose good is oppression. Pray for victory, pray for our army, and pray for peace. We must march together all out for God. The soldier who cracks up does not need sympathy or comfort as much as he needs strength. We are not trying to make the best of these days. It is our Now is not the time to follow God from afar off. This Army needs the assurance and the faith that God is with us. With prayer, we cannot fail. Be assured that this message on prayer has the approval, the encouragement, and the enthusiastic support of the 3rd United States Army Commander. With every good wish to each of you for a very happy Christmas, and my personal congratulations for your splendid and courageous work since landing on the beach. James H. O'Neill, 3rd United States Army Chaplain.